Life is not just about what happens to us. It is about how we understand and respond to the forces within us. Human behavior, shaped by deep psychological truths, is the hidden script behind our choices, our struggles, and our victories. To master life, we must first learn to master ourselves. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from understanding our nature and aligning our actions with it, and modern psychology confirms much of what they taught centuries ago. Let us journey through 10 powerful psychological truths about human behavior that you cannot ignore, because once you see them, you will never see yourself, or the world, the same way again. The first truth is simple, yet profound. People are driven more by emotions than by logic. You might believe that your choices are rational, but beneath every decision lies an emotional current, pulling you one way or another. Psychologists have shown that even the most calculated choices are influenced by feelings: fear, desire, pride, or love. The Stoics warned us of this long ago. Control your emotions, or they will control you. Imagine a storm at sea. If you sail without mastering the winds of your emotions, you will drift aimlessly. But if you learn to set your sails, the same winds will carry you toward your destiny. The second truth: we crave belonging more than we admit. Humans are social creatures. Our minds are wired to seek approval, validation, and acceptance. The fear of rejection can paralyze us, making us hide our true selves. Yet Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, it is not what they say or think of you, but how you live your life that matters. The paradox is that when you stop chasing approval, you often gain respect. True belonging does not come from fitting in. It comes from standing firm in who you are. The third truth: habits shape our destiny more than goals do. Psychology shows us that willpower is a limited resource, but habits, automatic behaviors, can carry us farther than motivation ever could. The Stoics practiced daily routines of reflection, journaling, and self-examination. They knew that greatness is not built in a day, but in the repetition of small acts. Ask yourself, what do you do every morning, every evening? Those routines are sculpting your character. If you want to change your life, do not focus only on dreams. Focus on what you do when no one is watching. The fourth truth: the mind exaggerates fear. How many nights have you lain awake, imagining worst-case scenarios that never came to pass? This is the mind's ancient survival mechanism. Our ancestors needed to anticipate danger to survive, but today this same instinct enslaves us to worry. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And modern psychology agrees. Most of our fears are illusions, amplified by our thoughts. The cure? Action. Fear fades in the presence of movement. Step forward, and the shadows shrink. The fifth truth: people judge you more by your confidence than by your competence. You might think knowledge is everything, but psychology shows us that perception often outweighs reality. A person who speaks with conviction is more persuasive than one who hesitates, even if the hesitant one knows more. The Stoics taught us not to chase validation, but to embody virtue boldly. Confidence is not arrogance, it is self-trust. When you carry yourself as if you belong in the room, people believe you do. The sixth truth: your environment shapes you more than your willpower does. Psychology confirms that humans adapt to their surroundings. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will absorb it. If you surround yourself with ambition, you will rise to meet it. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid," meaning sometimes you must step away from the crowd to protect your growth. Do not underestimate the power of the spaces you enter and the people you allow near your soul. Your environment is either your anchor or your wings. The seventh truth: the mind always seeks meaning, even in chaos. When tragedy strikes or when uncertainty looms, our brains struggle to explain why. This is both a gift and a trap. It can help us find purpose, or it can deceive us with false stories. The Stoics embraced the idea of amor fati, love of fate. They did not seek to control the chaos, but to accept it and create meaning from it. Viktor Frankl, the psychologist and Holocaust survivor, echoed this truth. Those who found meaning in suffering were the ones who survived. When life tests you, do not ask, "Why me?" Ask, "How can I use this?" The eighth truth: people see what they expect to see. Psychology calls this confirmation bias. Our minds filter reality, reinforcing what we already believe. If you think the world is against you, you will find evidence everywhere. If you believe the world is full of opportunity, doors will appear that others cannot see. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Guard your perceptions, for they will shape your reality." The ninth truth: delayed gratification is the strongest predictor of success. You've heard of the famous marshmallow experiment. Children who resisted temptation for a greater reward later in life achieved higher success. This truth is universal. Discipline beats impulse. The Stoics practiced self-denial, not as punishment, but as training. By choosing discomfort now, they built strength for later. Remember, every time you delay short-term pleasure for long-term growth, you are investing in the person you are becoming. The 10th truth: death is the ultimate motivator. Many fear it, but the Stoics used it as fuel. Memento mori, remember that you must die. This is not morbid, it is liberating. Modern psychology confirms that awareness of mortality sharpens our focus on what truly matters. When you realize your time is finite, you stop wasting it on trivialities. You live with urgency, gratitude, and courage. Death is not the enemy. It is the reminder that every moment is a gift. So here we are, 10 psychological truths that shape every human life. You cannot ignore them because they are the foundation of who you are. Emotions steer your decisions. Belonging drives your actions. Habits shape your destiny. Fear exaggerates danger. Confidence influences perception. Environment molds your growth. The mind craves meaning. Expectations color reality. Discipline predicts success. And mortality sharpens purpose. The Stoics lived these truths long before psychology put them into textbooks. Their wisdom echoes through time because it aligns with human nature itself. And you, yes you, have the power to take these truths and turn them into strength. You can choose to master emotions instead of being mastered by them. You can choose habits that sculpt your best self. You can face fear with courage, walk with confidence, build an environment that elevates you, and find meaning even in pain. You can train your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You can sacrifice the shallow for the profound, and you can live each day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. This is not just philosophy. This is not just psychology. This is life. Every moment you live is a chance to apply these truths. Will you let your mind enslave you with fear, habits, and illusions? Or will you rise above, as the Stoics taught, as psychology confirms, as your soul already knows? The choice is yours. Remember, greatness is not hidden in some distant future. It is forged here, in the present, in the way you think, the way you act, and the way you rise each time life knocks you down. Let these truths guide you, and you will not just survive, you will flourish.